let Swiftblade get the kill, because he's the carry. Granted, rushing my spell shards, which is something I believe in, might have a greater impact on the game, but I'm not super worried. Fade, for some reason, comes back up, so we're going to go kill her now, too. Yeah. Should Blood Chalice right now, being a little slow on it. Don't see her, so I use my ult. I probably could have gone for another second, but I was really afraid she was getting away or going to TP somewhere, so I just wanted to make sure I got the ult off in time. And I did Blood Chalice before killing her there, which is good. That I didn't mess that up. So yeah, basically that. Obviously, I was trying to be conservative with my ult. Once we ran in there, I didn't use it right away when I would have been able to probably found her and just nuked her initially. But I figured there was a decent chance of us finding her just by making one quick loop, and then didn't. So then, just to be sure that we got the kill, I used the ult, because it's not the longest cooldown in the world. Certainly no Hellbringer ult. Here you can see a little of my illusion micro, which I managed to get 2 denies with, and failed to get a single last hit. Obviously, the denies being completely irrelevant since there's no one else in the lane. So that's good micro for you. So just back to farming. I'm obviously farming a lot because I really want to get my spell shards. I know some people believe that getting core items, like defensive-ish items, maybe like a nullstone. Obviously, I wouldn't really get a nullstone in this game because they have basically no targeted abilities that I really care about that much. But I don't know, just some sort of defensive or survivability item first would be a good call because it helps you last longer in fights. And I understand that. But that being said, thinking that spell shards only help. I mean, spell shards does help in hero scale, but it does more than that, because the rules of survivability are that having a larger health pool and more mitigation leads to surviving longer. So the smaller someone's health pool is, well, I guess that's a fair point. I kind of just argued against myself there. The smaller someone's health pool is, the less mitigation helps. So removing mitigation early on, when health pools are smaller, isn't quite as effective, but it is actually still effective, just kind of, I guess, not completely in theory-wise. Because obviously if someone only has, 600 or 800 health, and nukes are hitting for 300 rather than 225, that's a very significant difference. Yeah, way to go, me failing at math while talking and commentating. Anyway, I assumed Hag had already gotten the rune bottom there, but she had not, because when I clicked on her lane, I saw, I don't know, that she was bottling. She had a full bottle. I can't remember exactly, but I realized she hadn't taken the rune, so I went to go get it. Fortunately, it was an invis rune, which is going to let me gank this Tempest. Oh, and a Malakin too. So I'm going to blast him there, use all my abilities. I could have ulted before Chain Lightning, but it doesn't really matter too much. Either way's fine. And yeah, the value of an invis rune. Apparently my invis rune ganking is a little bit better than my math. Anyway, yeah, so obviously, I'm just kind of playing, like I said, working on farming in the mid lane, getting my levels up, hitting level 11, getting level 2 of the ult is really nice, and then just kind of ganking whenever I get a rune, which is fine. I mean, that's how you play probably more carry-oriented players mid. I'm certainly not a carry as Thunderbringer, but what can you do? I mean, it's just kind of the way I play this. So, I mean, they're kind of playing back as well. I mean, our top lane, which is the lane that I would gank a lot, because it's the lane where they push further past the river, is pretty much always pushed back anyway, or playing really defensive, because they're playing against, Swiftblade, who's killed them early with Voodoo Jester. So they don't really have the option to play up, which in turn means that I don't really have someone to gank, and they're getting kills even without me ganking. Here I go to the rune, but I let the creep see me, so obviously Hag is going to come to this rune regardless. I don't know why I tried to run up to the right there. Maybe I thought I would juke or blink. Just not really a smart play. I know I can't escape, so it's time to try to kill her as best as I can. If I turned that maybe a second earlier, it would have been better, but I figured getting up the hill and losing vision might have been worthwhile. I didn't expect her to ult. Regardless, I shouldn't have let the creep see me going to get an invis rune, going to get a rune, because obviously I'm telegraphing that there's a rune there. Yeah, Flint gets a lucky first shot, stun on Tempest to interrupt the ult. That was quite fortuitous. Yeah, my team cleans up my kind of mistake. But yeah, so shouldn't let the creep see me going to a rune, because Hag can always beat me to a rune from ways back. And I let the creep see me leaving the tower, so obviously if Hag's anywhere near, she's going to know what I'm going for and know to beat me there. And then with a DD rune, as it turns out, as soon as I saw that, well, I mean, I saw it and I thought I could get it still, but that was obviously dumb. Hag's obviously going to be able to kill me with a DD rune. Any decent Hag should be able to do that. Probably. Well, I mean, it kind of depends. I can nuke her down a lot, so who knows. Here I'm considering just going for him myself. I have my ult and my nuke, so I might be able to kill him by myself, but opt against it because Brown teleports in, actually. So we're just going to wait here. Unfortunately, I probably should have gone and pulled as soon as I saw Brown coming up. I could have pulled the far left orange spawn up at an angle to grab this recent creep wave, because now, unfortunately, the Bombardier is not pushed up as much as possible. However, he's still in a spot where we should be able to gank him, so I tell Pest to go. I'm assuming this is where he uses flight, cuts Bombardier off at an angle, gets the stun, and we nuke him down. He's dead. Except the Pestilence doesn't have flight at all, actually. He has rank 2 of Gore. I'm kind of, I guess, a Pestilence purist in the sense that I don't get 1 level of Gore until level 10. But I mean, that might be a little extreme. I can understand getting, maybe 1 level at level 8 or level 9. That's fine. Still, not having any levels of flight is kind of loose, in my opinion. Yeah, so I land a nuke on this Bombardier. He runs back up, which he definitely shouldn't do, although he's kind of trying to bait. But yeah, he's just way too close up. He's within range of my nuke, so yeah, ult. Ult reveals Hag ganking the Pestilence, which I don't see until they ping because I'm blind. So yeah, run up over here to help the Pestilence out, and voila, his level 2 Gore pays off because he gets a lucky stun proc on the Hag, which enables us to kill her, which may or may not have happened regardless. So yeah, unfortunately, sometimes bad decision making rewards itself, which leads people to think that bad decision making is actually not bad decision making. Yeah, so avoid doing that. I should have a TP scroll on me right now, and I don't. I'm actually pretty bad about that for the first half of this game, kind of because of my whole farming mentality. My TP scroll would definitely be off cooldown by now. I would definitely be able to teleport in, and I would definitely be able to help my teammate out. Even though I'm a little short of mana, my blood chalice is up, I should be using it right now anyway. So yeah, definitely should have a TP scroll. I'm even thinking that in game right now, like, god damn it, why don't I have this TP scroll? I'm such a bad. So I'm going to try to cut them off. The rune, our ward sees Teal going this way, so Swift's going to go to the other side, and yeah, I'm going to nuke down Malikan. Swift is going to ult Tempest, and we pick them off anyway, but still should have had the TP. Possibly could have saved my teammate's life, gotten the kill sooner, who knows. Just because something turned out well. This basically exactly reinforces my previous point, which is just because I was rewarded for... Well, I wasn't rewarded for it, I guess, because I would have killed him anyway, but it worked out alright, even playing poorly. It's still not an excuse to play poorly. Should definitely add a TV scroll. So speaking of fortunate Invisrune ganking, there's Invisrune bottom, and I finish up my spell shards. I kind of forget how easy it is for them to initiate since they have Fade and Hag, so we're kind of playing up a little bit far without wards. Fortunately, Flint bails me out. Yeah, so we really need to have a ward up, mid lane ward, to show their side of the river by the tower. We should have that up by now, given that they have Tempest who can blink, Malikan who can blink, Hag who can blink, and Fade who can come from Invis, which doesn't necessarily help with that. But yeah, here Flint goes on the Hag, and yeah, I'm just going to finish her off with an ult, because she's out of range. This kill brought to you by the fact that Flint's Flare Dot actually still does damage to you even once you're outside of the AoE, which is kind of silly in my book. It should probably stop once you move out of it. Yeah, but who knows. Here, so I'm going to gank top. Now that I have my spell shards, I'm kind of just ganking more frequently, even though it's not level 3. Here you see I almost run up the river, or run up through that pathway, which would be faster, but it's also dumb, because I saw them leave lane, so it's possible that they would be coming back that way. And if they were, they would have vision of me, and I wouldn't have vision of them. So it would be poor to have gone through that little pathway and up the hill, rather than looping around, so that is why I looped around instead of going up the hill. Always important to pay attention to things like this, or like, going in the river, to the runes, etc. Try to avoid giving your opponents a good opportunity to have vision of you. So yeah, now I guess our plan is kind of to push this tower. We have 3 here, and they have 1 dead. But it looks like their team is also grouped up here, and we really don't want to get... I don't know if Tempest has his Blink Dagger yet or not, but my ult's down, so I can't stop him if he does. Really don't want to get initiated on. I actually probably play up too far, even for a little bit longer than I should. And Flint, fortunately, calling missing of whoever, I don't know, is enough to finally scare us off. And enough to scare me into buying some TP scrolls, finally. Or TP stones, sorry, whatever. Yeah. So just gonna kind of hang out now, checking, see that the rune is bottom. It's not. It's top, and Hag just went to the river, which means Hag should have the rune, which is always something to pay attention to, because she could come out with haste now, or double damage, any of those not good things. Here, Fade goes on Swift. I'm gonna nuke down bomb, finish the bomb off. Here comes Hag. She get a haste, so I'm gonna kind of bait her back a little bit, nuke her once, and then finish with the ult. And fortunately, the ult also just enough damage just in time to save Swiftblade's life by letting him kill something he was fighting. So maybe I should have ulted a little bit sooner there. I kind of just, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I probably should have nuked initially and then ulted.